Greetings. This the purpose of this video is really to explain what the Exam 1 substitute financial statement problem is and how to do it. So this problem came about because as I was grading the open-ended questions on the exam, on exam number 1, I noticed a problem or two that kept coming up that I did not intend to be there. And so my conclusion was to offer every student who wanted to the opportunity to complete a problem like it using notes and resources that were available throughout the class, and complete that and then submit that in place of one of the problems on the exam. So this Exam 1 problem substitute basically is like a take-home or a problem for you to complete on your own using your notes and referencing some materials from the course and the textbook. So to begin with, you download this problem substitute here, and it'll open in Adobe like this. But for my purposes, I want to look at it here. So we're looking at this based on the following trial balance. We have a trial balance here for Barry's Automotive Shop on December the 31st. And they say, based on this, prepare an income statement, a statement of retained earnings, and a balance sheet. Basically a set of financial statements. Now in this assignment, you are free to use any notes, resources, materials from the course. So you can look at your notes that you have. You can refer back to handouts that I've given in class. There are a couple that will apply. And I highly recommend that you do that. So your job in this handout is to complete this. You can use a Word document, you can use an Excel spreadsheet if you want, or you can just write it out on this sheet of paper and take a photo of it and submit it. Now, in this problem, it's asking you to prepare an income statement to start with. And now the things that are on the income statement are shown down here. But I want to refer you back to a resource that will be very helpful for you while you are completing this problem. So if you go back to an earlier module in, I believe it's the module for Chapter 3 actually. If you go back here to Chapter 3, we have this document called Financial Statement Preparation. So you want to download that, and when you do, you'll get something that looks like this. This is the financial statement preparation flow through. So basically, you are to use the trial balance you have and replicate what they do here. So notice in this trial balance, they start with the income statement data, and they start down here with consulting revenue, and they go all the way down through all the expenses, and they bring those over, and pay attention to the formatting they use here. You'll want to use identical formatting even though the numbers will be different. So while they have rental revenue, you won't have it in this problem, but you will have other revenue for Barry's Auto Shop. You'll have service revenue, I believe, and then you'll list all the expenses like this and identify total expenses subtracted from total revenue to get net income. Now the next step is to prepare a statement of retained earnings, and this arrow shows you where you go with the next step. So you take this net income and you bring it down into the statement of retained earnings. Now, in this statement of retained earnings, the beginning retained earnings is 0 because the business is brand new. For your problem, that will not be the case. The beginning retained earnings is shown right here. Okay, so we do have a starting retained earnings number. So when you start the retained earnings statement, you must begin with this in order for it to calculate correctly. So again, going back to this workflow for the financial statements, you'll see the statement of retained earnings is going to be beginning retained earnings, which for you will include that beginning number in the trial balance, plus net income. That's the number you calculate. Subtract the dividends, and you'll have retained earnings at ending retained earnings, okay? So once you have ending retained earnings, you'll bring this down into the balance sheet, and it will be I went too far. I went too far again. But you'll bring it down into the balance sheet, into the equity section right here. So you're preparing a balance sheet with assets like this on the left. The items that are listed in Barry's worksheet that are assets will be items like cash, accounts receivable, supplies, equipment, and the service truck. So these are going to be assets. And then you'll get into the liabilities and other things. So when we're looking back at this example, so you calculate total assets, and then over here you do liabilities, which is accounts payable. That's the only thing you're going to have here for Barry. I don't think there's anything else here. No, there isn't. It's only accounts payable. And then you'll come back and bring in the common stock, the balance in common stock. Add in the ending retained earnings number you calculated here to get the total equity. And when the equity is added to total liabilities, this balance sheet should balance. So that's your assignment. If you want to do it, again, this is an opportunity to make up some points from the exam. If you have any questions about this, please let me know. But again, like I said, we worked this in class on Monday, and it is available for you to complete now and submit online in Canvas. I hope this helps. Have a great day.